The background leading up to this incident has been laid bare. There's just one question remaining, Mr. Wright. Who killed the victim? There are only two possible suspects right now. Maya Fey. And I'm sad to say, you, Mr. Cadeau. Well, Trite, if you're the real deal, then finish this thing once and for all. Show us beyond a shadow of a doubt that you can finish this on your own. No, Nick, but please don't. Maya. I heard the whole thing. From my sister in the medical office. That's why I have to protect Mr. Godot. I can't do it. I can't testify against him. After all, he's the man who put his life on the line to protect Mia. And me too. Maya, I know that! Nick! But even so, it doesn't absolve him of his crime. Please, Maya, testify. There's more? Miss Faye, your testimony, please. Oh my god, there's more! There's more! There's more! This is the final testimony. Don't bother trying to hide anything, because I'll know. I want to hear the truth from your own lips. I understand. I'm sure you're right. I'm ready now, Nick. Alright, young lady. Tell us about the moments before you lost consciousness. What exactly happened at the time of the murder? The final testimony! Oh my god! The time of the murder. Just before it happened, I think I saw some red lights. 3 of them. I thought I'd ask for help, but just then I was splattered with blood. I wasn't dead, though. And she struck back at the enemy behind her. Suddenly, the red lights went out and the whole area was dark. Just at that moment, there was a horrible scream. Right after that, Dahlia collapsed and I lost consciousness. She said, Dahlia. These red lights. Thought you said you don't remember seeing them. I'm sorry. I thought I saw them. But then they disappeared all of a sudden. Huh. Things break, Trite. Even the best of theories. Who was it that stabbed Misty Faye? It looks like you still can't prove it. Maya's telling the truth this time, I know it. The rest is up to me. Well then, Mr. Wright, proceed with your final cross-examination of the witness. The time of the murder. Light shining in the dark. I don't think you could make a mistake about that. Yeah, you're right. I think I saw them, but I can't say for certain. I can't tell you for sure if they were for Mr. Godot's mask either. I don't get the feeling she's covering for him anymore, but press harder. But just after that, you turned towards the lights and called for help? Is that because you thought the lights were coming from Mr. Godot's mask? Yeah, I guess so. Excuse me. Maybe that's what I was thinking at the time. But I can't remember after all. There was a person I couldn't identify in front of me. Maya's life was in terrible danger at the time. There's no way she can remember the details of the scene perfectly. She still names Dahlia later, though. Alright then, let's go on with the testimony. What did you do when you saw the red lights? Called for help. That blood, was it Dahlia Hawthorne's blood? I think so, probably. Just at that moment. Heard a soft scream that seemed to be close by. It was a woman's voice. So that was when the killer stabbed the victim from behind with the murder weapon. Is that right? Without a doubt, Maya was in the middle of a really dangerous situation. Anyway, the victim was stabbed by the murder weapon. What happened after that? He wasn't dead, though, and she struck back at the enemy behind her. Struck back. How do you know that? Well, you're right. I didn't see it exactly. But I could tell by the sounds of their breathing and movement. And also the smell of blood.
You have witnessed more horror than any young lady could ever have in one life. So then what did you do at that point?
I couldn't move. I could just barely make out their shadows moving in the dark, but I had no idea what to do.
Could you still see the red lights you mentioned earlier?
Yes. I think so. But only the red light. Okay. Press.
They went out?
Yes. Suddenly I couldn't see them at all.
What could it mean?
If the red lights were coming from Godot's mask, and they went out right in the middle of a fight, maybe the mask was damaged?
Or maybe it was knocked off.
Or maybe the batteries ran out, right, Wright?
That'd be bad. Or maybe those little red pinhead-looking lights just stopped working.
What could have really happened then?
What do you mean by just at that moment? Do you mean the moment when the red lights went out?
Yes, that's right.
The scream that you heard then, was it Dahlia Hawthorne?
I don't think so. I'm pretty sure it was a man's voice.
Because he got cut! What?
Because Godot got cut. The blood on the blade.
So then that scream came from the killer?
That's gotta be it. Okay. I think Dahlia Hawthorne must have taken the blade and attacked the killer with it.
And then the killer let out a scream of pain, huh?
After that, the killer stole the blade back and delivered the final blow, I guess.
Well then, Mr. Wright, seems to make sense to me.
It sounds like a reasonable deduction, but I still kind of wonder.
There's a contradiction. I'm sorry to say this, but that interpretation would create an enormous contradiction. That makes sense. After all, my deductions are almost certainly never correct.
Remember the testimony she just gave, before the killer let out a scream. Maya said she had already been splattered by the victim's blood. In other words, the blade in the staff had already been plunged into the victim. Ah, is that right? She couldn't have struck back with a sword that was already stuck in her body. The weapon that caused the killer to let out a scream must have been something other than the staff.
Museum, if you're so sure about that, then don't keep us waiting any longer, Wright. There's only one thing I can think of that could have been used as the weapon here. If Dahlia Hawthorne had already been stabbed in the back by the staff, what could she have used to strike back at the killer?
You mean the dagger?
Naturally, the dagger the killer brought to the scene of the crime. Oh, that's right. I forgot about that.
This dagger was found at the crime scene, stuck into a pine tree.
Yes, the detective found this morning and brought it to me.
Dahlia Hawthorne struck back at the killer with this. And she managed to wound him as well.
Objection.
Just because he let out a scream doesn't mean that he was wounded. For all we know, the blood on the dagger could have been from the victim.
We know it's not because the judge said so right in front of Godot.
Have you forgotten that the blood has already been tested? Since we learned it wasn't the victim's blood, it must be the killer's blood. The killer must have a wound somewhere on his body.
So you're saying the blood on this dagger belongs to the killer?
Exactly. A DNA analysis of the blood would prove it beyond a shadow of a doubt. And yes, Mr. Godot, it would prove that it's your blood. Nice theory, Wright.
Order! Order in the court!
Is this the end? Have I done it?
Even he won't be able to change the results of a scientific test. Huh. Let me ask you something, Trite. Let's just say that it turned out that I was the killer. Museum. Do you really think I would be stupid enough to leave evidence like that? What? Just think for a second. This dagger was found this morning by a detective and brought to me. There was already a bloodstain on it, correct? But even so, I was the one who brought this dagger here to the courtroom. Yes, what does that prove? Well, if I really were the killer, I could have washed the blade off and then planted another person's blood on it. That's... It can't be! In any case, there's one thing I can guarantee you, right? Museum, that blood, it doesn't belong to me. What? Okay. Not a chance. What? Okay. In any event, it seems to be established that the killer was wounded. All right then, witness, continue your testimony. Hold it! Wait a minute. What's the problem? I know I probably shouldn't say this, but there's a big contradiction in Nick's explanation. Well, Maya! This dagger, he said that it wounded the killer. That's right. But if Mr. Godot had really been cut with the dagger, his clothes should be ripped or have be bloody or have a rip in them, right? Maya? Maybe just change his clothes? That'd solve the contradiction pretty easily. What are you talking about? It's not that simple at all. Remember back to the day of the murder? Everyone that was on the inner temple side got trapped there. Oh, that's right. And once the bridge was fixed and the police headed for the inner temple, Mr. Godot was already there waiting for them. He never had a chance to change his clothes. Ah! He fought her naked! That's how! Order in the court. What the witness says is true. But, well, maybe he brought a change of clothes with him. Why? But, no one could have predicted the lightning strike that shut down the bridge. Why would anyone have brought a change of clothes? Oh, did the judge just take smart pills during the last recess? Well then, maybe the killer took off his clothes before he committed the murder. That way he wouldn't get any blood on them. In the snow? That's impossible, Trite. You know how cold it gets up there late at night? Museum. After a few minutes with no clothes on, you'd be frozen solid. Ah! Huh. So that's all you've got. I knew you weren't tough enough to finish this. Ah! Museum, right now, if Mia Fey were here... If Mia Fey were here, he would have closed the book on this case already. If Mia Fey were here... So come on, Trite. Can you do it or not? How about it, Mr. Wright? You've accused Mr. Godot of being the killer. But can you prove it? Have you got even one piece of evidence? The question isn't whether I can prove it or not. The fact is I have to prove it. That's the only choice I have. I was taught that it's one of the rules of being a lawyer. I can prove it. I'm going to bring your magnificent vengeance to fruition, just as you want. What? Huh. That's good. A fighter till the bitter end, right? If there's just one piece of evidence that can prove your point, why don't we go for the unlimited penalty? Are you trying to pressure me, Mr. Godot? Because it doesn't matter to me. I've got the one piece of evidence I need. Give me a break. You've got nothing, Trite. So what do I do at a time like this? It's simple. I've got to think outside the box and approach this from a different angle. Okay.
Alright then, Mr. Wright, let's hear what you've got.
There's one thing I've demonstrated in the previous cross-examination. The killer was wounded. That was proven by the blood on the dagger.
But, we decided it was impossible for him to have hidden such a wound. He had been cut by a dagger. There should have been a bloodstain on his clothes.
There's one place. One place the killer could have hidden his wound. Right in the face!
What did you say?
Hidden? He took a shot in the face. This is it. At my last stand. I need to think about this from a different angle. I don't need to think about why there was no bloodstains on his clothing. I need to show how he hid the wound. The end of the line. The final stop, Trite. Let's hear what you've got. Where's the location where you say the killer hid his wound? Is there a picture of this guy anywhere? Just save here. Present? Huh. I don't know what you're talking about. And frankly, I don't need to know. I can't pick him as the thing? Alright, fine. Museum. What I do know is that you'll never be half the lawyer she was. Isn't that right? Right? Oh, okay, we got it right. What was that just now? Mia? It can't be. You're living on. Through him? Even as we speak, you're still hiding the wound. It's beneath your mask. Yup. During the fight, the red lights given off by the killer suddenly disappeared. Seconds later, the killer let out a scream. That's right, your mask went flying off your face. Mr. Godot, would you mind removing your mask? You have a dagger wound under there somewhere. Then I'd say this whole case is solved. Balls. Bong! Ugh! Woo! Well, he took it. Oh. How many cups has he had? Just now. I saw her spirit in you. I never liked you. 6 years ago. You helped the woman who put me to sleep by hiding her bottle of poison. And then, while I was asleep, while I was sleeping, you let Mia die. But you didn't care. You just kept living your pathetic, happy-go-lucky life. Is it really happy-go-lucky? You even had the nerve to follow in her footsteps as a lawyer. I could never forgive you, that's what I thought. Mr. Godot? But I was wrong about you. I knew it from the very beginning. The truth is, the only person I could never find it in my heart to forgive was myself. Yep! Got it! Caught it! That's writing. Was me.
You, yourself?
I was the one that failed to protect Mia. Me and no one else. I tried to avert my eyes from the truth, to escape from the harshness of reality. I just couldn't face Mia's death head on, so I ran. I hid behind a mask, and I threw my true name away. I couldn't even deal with being a defense attorney anymore, so I quit. But you saved Maya! Yeah, that was my plan. Up until just now, anyway. What do you mean? Are you listening, Maya? If I had really wanted to save you, then there's one person that I should have gone and talked to right away. Who would that be? Are you talking about Nick? But I didn't do it. I tried to get the help of Iris and your mother. But I closed my eyes to the most important man involved. You know why? The real reason?
No, why?
I suppose I wasn't really interested in saving you at all.
Huh?
I think I was just trying to salvage what's left of my own broken soul. I was trying to make up for the fact that I couldn't save Mia. Nothing more. That's why I let you walk right into a situation that I knew was dangerous. Forgive me. You're wrong. You put your life on the line to save Maya. Was it really for Maya's sake? Even I'm not really sure.
What do you mean by that?
That night, in the darkness of the garden, when I saw her silhouette, part of me must have known the truth. The truth that it wasn't really Dahlia Hawthorne standing there in front of me. It could have been Misty Faye, or even that little girl. But I still picked up the blade. It was like I was dreaming. I'm not sure exactly what was going on in my mind at the time. Was I really motivated by the pure desire to protect Maya Faye? Or was it something else? Was it my hatred for a woman who had stolen everything from me 6 years earlier? Could it have been simply a desire for revenge? Losing the voice. And now I don't know anything anymore. I did learn something today, however. I finally realized that I was the arrogant one. I was just chasing an illusion, a fantasy. A stupid fantasy of defeating you in the courtroom. You were the one who made me realize my folly. You never ran away from Mia's death. Instead, you picked up where she left off, as a true defender of the people. In that one moment, I understood everything. Mr. Godot. I think you already know this, but if you don't, my name is Diego Armando.
Mr. Armando! I believe in you. I know you were trying to save me.
What the? Thanks. Your wound! It's bleeding! Huh. Did you forget already? In my world, the color red doesn't exist. These must be my tears.
Tears? Jesus!
Ever since I woke up from my coma, I think I've been waiting for this moment.
Mr. Armando?
You do well to remember this, Maya. The only time a lawyer can cry is when it's all over. You gonna fall over dead or something? Jesus! The end! Jesus.
Well, holy crap. This time it really is all over, isn't it? Defendant?
Oh god, what was her voice?
Yes, Your Honor?
Although you weren't directly involved in the murder, tampering with the body in the crime scene is a serious offense in itself.
I understand, Your Honor. Mr. Armando explained that to me very carefully. I knew the risk and I willingly cooperated anyway.
Very well. Before I hand down my verdict, is there anything you'd like to say?
Well, there is one thing. I'd like to say something to Mr. Wright. I want to apologize to you.
Apologize to me? For what?
For the case 6 years ago. Of course.
I just remembered. Weren't you poisoned by your own lover?
Not exactly, but yeah, something like that. Even now, 6 years later, I can hardly believe it. He was going to do it. He was planning to kill me.
It's not at all surprising. It's not all that surprising. The two of you hardly knew each other.
Huh? What do you mean?
You and my sister. You only met twice.
Huh? He was dating Iris the whole time? We only met twice?
The first time you met was on that fateful day.
So, Dahlia didn't want to deal with him, so he was dating Iris the whole time? He was dating Iris the whole time? Oh, snap.
The day she poisoned Mr. Armando in the cafeteria of this very courthouse. The next time you met her was 6 months later. You met her again on the day she stole your cold medicine. And Doug Swallow was killed.
No way! It can't be true. I mean, during our whole relationship, we were... Oh God, what did they do? What did they do? How many times and how often?
For those 6 months, the woman that you thought was Dahlia Hawthorne wasn't actually my sister.
Huh? It wasn't Dahlia.
I hope one day you can forgive me. Beanie.
Oh, there it is! Okay, now it makes more sense. You mean...
That's right. I lied to you. For 6 months.
Oh, snap.
But why? Why would you do such a thing?
Ever since she gave you the bottle that day, my sister was trying to get it back as soon as she possibly could. Because of the police investigation and their surveillance, you couldn't move about freely.
So that's why you...
My sister, in the beginning, she was prepared for the worst.
Prepared for the worst?
She thought that you might somehow discover the truth. That's why she was always ready to deal with you at a moment's notice.
You mean she was ready to kill me, don't you? Oh my God.
She already had so much to answer for. I didn't want any more sins on her soul. I begged her not to do it. She agreed to give me a chance.
And that's why you came to me. You came to get the bottle pendant back from me in her place?
But I couldn't get you to give it back. I failed at something even as simple as that. 6 months passed and I still couldn't get it back from you. Finally, my sister couldn't wait any longer.
She went for the kill.
You didn't consult me about her plans for you that day. It was the first time that had ever happened.
That was a bit strange, wasn't it? Up until that day, you two were partners in crime, and she would confer with you.
I think you must have noticed.
Noticed what?
My feelings for you. I had found out she was planning to kill you. I would have done whatever was necessary to stop her, even if it meant her life or mine.
Iris!
After spending half a year by your side, my feelings towards you, they changed.
I have something to say to you, too.
Yes?
You really are the person I always thought you were. Even after Dahlia Hawthorne was found guilty. I still believed in you. Oh, you made a girl cry. You bastard.
Thank you.
How many cups of darkness have I drank over the years? Even I don't know. I'll tell you though, right now, this one here is the greatest cup I think I've ever had. Don't you think so, Phoenix Wright? Hey, he's getting coffee with him! Yeah, I think you're right.
The purpose of this trial was to rule on the murder of the victim, Elise Dunham. At some point, I expect you will be tried for your role as an accomplice in this case.
And this is why Phoenix can't follow up with Iris. Okay. So it leaves things open for him and Maya. Aw, damn though. So, she never came? She never came back. That would have just made so many questions for Phoenix.
I understand, Your Honor.
Very well. On the charge of murder, I hereby find the defendant very guilty. Not guilty.
Think.
Court is now adjourned.
Oh my god. Phoenix really liked her. He had strong feelings, and they were true. Just for the wrong woman. But it was the right woman, but he did not know they were twins. Wouldn't that be a bitch? You fall for a girl, with that girl, and then she tries to kill you, but it's actually not her, but someone else. So oh, Jesus. February 10th, 4:51 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. So I guess it's all over. The way everything ended, was justice really served? The man who risked his life to save Maya is being sent to prison by my own hand.
Of course justice was served.
Oh, Pearl didn't hear any of this? That's good. Mia!
I'm proud of you, Phoenix. Your defense was truly brilliant.
But I couldn't save Mr. Armando. A man who cared so deeply for you.
You're wrong, Phoenix. You did save Diego. You saved him in the only way possible.
You mean, with that verdict?
I think one day you'll understand too. Phoenix, I want you to remember one thing. You're as good out there today as any defense lawyer could ever hope to be. There's nothing more you can learn from me.
Mia!
You've accomplished something I wasn't able to. I owe a great deal. Thank you. Mia, I'm sure we'll meet again. Someday, Phoenix.
Back to Pearl? I've handled lots of cases and seen a lot of things. And along this journey, I've found myself asking just one question. What does it really mean to defend someone? I suppose today's case produced one possible answer. Hey, baby girl.
Nick.
Maya. Maya.
Maya. I guess it's just like my sis said.
Your sister, Mia?
That night when I challenged to get Mia to get her advice on what to do. This is what she wrote back in my notebook. In my notebook. Don't worry. Phoenix will save everyone in the end.
Ha ha! Yes. Yes.
But, come on, cut it out with the gloomy look. It's normal, but still. Can't you see? Me, sis, and I'm sure Iris too. We owe you for everything you have done for us, Nick.
Maya. How? How can you be so bright and chipper after all that's happened? You were brutally attacked. You even saw your mother murdered. I'm gonna believe Iris is not gonna make any moves on Phoenix. Well, sure, she's going to jail for a while, but she's not gonna make any moves on Phoenix because she sees something between Phoenix and Maya. She sees that ship. Iris thinks it's sailed, when it has not yet. But it will someday. It will. Ouch! Francesca!
Still as softy as always, Phoenixite.
Excellent work, Wright.
Huh? Mr. Edgeworth? When did you get back?
Oh, that's right. I guess no one filled her in on that. Edgeworth and Francesca have actually been helping me. And in the background, they're probably doing some things.
Helping you?
Phoenix Wright's a regular Goku. If these two hadn't been here for the first day of the trial, the defense wouldn't have gotten anywhere.
Wow. But where were you, Nick? I heard he fell into the river and caught a nasty cold, which forced him to sleep all day.
Oh, she doesn't know what happened! Yes, he laid in bed shivering from his fever with Iris's hood pulled over his head.
Oh, ouch. Talk about embarrassing, Nick. You definitely need more training. Anyway, thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. And you too. Francesca?
I don't suppose. It's Gumshoe. It's Gumshoe. Still, she doesn't realize Phoenix nearly killed himself to save her yet. Someone explain that part to her. It'll give him some points. I don't suppose. Oh no, it's Larry. I thought it was Larry. I thought it was Gumshoe. There's room for me in this group hug, is there?
Oh, Larry.
What's with the longer than usual face? I realized something when I was reborn. I realized that Larry was never any use to anyone. Not even once.
That's not true, right, Nick?
What? You're asking me? Oh, we're gonna give him evidence. Well, Nick, is it true? I've got a place in this world, right? No.
Go die.
Huh? Oh, yeah, of course. I knew it. Everyone would be better off if I were gone for good. No. Oh yeah. Those portraits you painted, they were, really good, yeah. Isn't that right, Edgeworth? What? Me? I ain't making that face, well, ain't you? Oh, well, yes indeed. I certainly can't say that it's lacking resemblance. You really mean it? What about you, Francie? Did I draw you well, too? Ah!
My beauty can't possibly be captured by a mere crayon. Glare. Nevertheless, I recognize the effort you put into it, and that's worth something.
Well, then you'll do it, like you promised? You're going to model for my next picture book? Francis was like, oh!
Don't get carried away.
Well, how about that? I guess painting portraits is the only thing I'm good at. The painting of Pearl is pretty darn good too, if you ask me. Huh? Now that you mention it, I haven't seen her around. Pearls. Where could she have gone? Mia's probably using her to talk to Diego. Normally, she would have made a beeline for Maya.
Oh, I'll go look for her. I'll be back. I'll be right back. Hey, Pearly.
Right. You seem to be uncharacteristically puzzled. I suspect you are wondering how Maya can be so cheerful despite all this has happened. All that has happened. Yeah.
To be honest, I can't understand it either.
Francesca. That's right. She lost her father fairly recently as well. I think I understand how she feels. Maya's a much wiser person than she appears. I think she realizes something. Now is exactly the time when she needs to be as strong as she can.
But what do you mean by, now's exactly the time?
Maya wasn't the only one that was badly wounded by this incident. In fact, there was someone that was hurt far more deeply than she. I believe it's for that person that Maya's trying her best not to cry. Someone who was hurt more deeply than Maya. Edgeworth, I think I'm starting to understand, too.
Ah! Then tell me, Phoenix Wright, who is Maya Fey being strong for?
There can only be one. Whose hero was killed in a plot by her own mother to kill the only family she has left. Pearl has had a very not good life.
For such a widow girl.
Pearl.
Pearl Fey.
The poor kid, after all. The reason that she worked so hard to follow the instructions was because she loved and believed in her mother, Morgan. It's for the good of the Fey clan. I'm sure she believed in every last word. She thought she was doing it for Maya. That's why she was so happy. She nearly killed Maya to help her. It shows how truly devoted she is to Maya. But it's a cruel irony that it was her exuberance that led to this tragedy. Maya Fey's mother was killed and Maya herself was put into the deepest peril imaginable. And that's exactly why Maya's putting on a brave face. She's doing it for Pearl's sake. Until she can see her smile again. Oh, hey!
So this is where you all were. Wow, looks like we've got quite the bunch. Oh, yeah. What was that for, sir?
Sorry about that, Scuffy. My whip just seems to have a mind of its own.
What's up, Detective Gumshoe?
Oh, this and that. Anyway, congrats on your win. Let's go out tonight, pal. Dinner's on me. My salary just sort of kind of gone down by a teeny weeny bit, but it's alright. I made reservations at a first-class French restaurant tonight. Yeah.
Pretty good work, Scuffy. That whip was your reward.
Detective Gumshoe? You said it's a first-class French restaurant. You don't mean...
Très bien. Where else?
Really? 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 Alright.
I knew it. We're doomed. Come on, let's go, everyone. Can't keep Maggie waiting, pal. Hey, you, Crybaby, you're invited too.
Oh, forget about me. Pearl and I will be at the loser's shack eating potatoes. You know, Maya's taking an awfully long time to get back. She's still out looking for pearls. And Pearls jumped off a building. Oh, Maya, what's wrong? Nick, what do I do? Pearly, I can't find her anywhere.
Ah, balls.
Huh? She's not Mia form?
I bet she's just went back home. That's all.
I thought so too, so I called the village.
But no one has heard from her. This has never happened before. This episode's going long. As I figured, she has been badly hurt by this incident. He feels responsible for the tragedy that has befallen you, Maya.
But none of this was her fault. What should I do?
Detective Gumshoe.
Yeah, what is it, pal?
Could you guys go on ahead?
But what about you?
Maya and I will. We'll join you guys once we find pearls. Nick, I assume it's still Mia, but okay. Don't worry about us, Detective Gumshoe. We may be a little late, but we'll definitely be there. We have a lot of celebrating to do tonight, and I wouldn't miss it for the world.
Yeah, but you're the...
Very well, Phoenix Wright. We'll go on ahead.
Don't keep us waiting, right? We won't.
But where should we look? Where could Pearly have gone?
Let's go, Maya. There's only one place I can think of that Pearls might have gone to. Here. February 10th, Osgura Temple, main gate.
Osgura Temple?
For pearls, I bet this is a very important place. After all, it's where this whole incident started.
Why is this? Y'all back again so soon? Sister Bikini, I thought we'd be eating mashed potatoes alone tonight. So she's here? Pearls is here? She's in the training hall. Why don't you hurry along and go see her? Go see her. Go see her. Okay. Pearly's not here.
Ah, Maya, the hanging scroll.
Huh,
she cleaned it. Someone cleaned it off. It's gotta be Pearls.
Ma! Mystic Maya! Pearly! Why did you just leave like that?
Also, Pearl's ability to just move around as a 9-year-old is amazing.
Mystic Maya! Mystic Maya!
Pearl realized what she'd done.
I swore that I would never trouble the two of you ever again. Because it's all my fault that Mystic Maya's mother...
That's why you came here?
It's a wish I could do. To pray for your happiness.
You don't have to do that, Pearly. It wasn't your fault. You didn't do anything wrong. Of course I'm sad that my mother is gone. But, how do I say this? I'm still happy.
You don't have to whine. Just to make me feel better.
No, really. It's true. The only reason I'm still here at all is thanks to everyone who was there for me.
What?
My sis, my mother, Mr. Armando, Nick, and you.
If even one of you weren't there, I'm sure I wouldn't still be alive right now. That's why. Had to be strong.
Pearl was actively trying to kill Maya, but without knowing it. I don't know about this.
For all the people that were there for me when I needed them, that's all I can really do. Mystic Maya? I'm impressed. You truly are the daughter of Mystic Misty. Sister Bikini. Your mother, Mystic Misty, was a strong woman indeed. I wanted to tell you what she said to me that night.
More girl voices!
After dishonoring the good name of Karain, I don't have the right to face my daughter. But still, Maya's always in my thoughts. It's true, she'll always be with me, until the day I die. Your spirit was with her. That's why your mother was so strong. Even at the end, I'm sure she had no regrets.
She'll always be with me until the day I die, huh? There's a rule or something all masters are to follow, isn't there? To never take the charm off until the day you die.
That's the master's talisman.
The thing that Misty kept by her heart and would never take off. It wasn't the container that was important. Rather, it was the contents. Phoenix figured this out.
That's
the picture of the family.
A photo? Huh. Mother.
Gotta be a picture of the family. It's only natural for living creatures to fight to protect their own lives. But what makes us human is that we fight for others. But who do you fight for? How hard must you fight? That's the true measure of what human life is worth. We defense attorneys are warriors who are constantly challenged by that question. Really, Mia and Maya? Even when the battle is over and the bonds that connect us are severed. We always return time and time again. How many times has that urn been broken? Mia, Maya, Pearls, Mr. Armando. And Maya's mother, too. I learned that from all of them. That freaking urn! Well, shall we get along? Shall we get going? Everyone is waiting. Ah! This is a day to remember, a day when a lot of things were finally put to rest. I think we should celebrate what we've overcome today.
But I still can't. Oh, go on, sweetie. You can come back for training anytime. Okay. Alright, I'm going to make a brand new start too. Sister Bikini, I'll be back for more training. I promise. I know, and I won't go easy on you just because you're the future master. I'll make sure to prepare reservations for when you come back. Alright. We're going to have a great feast today, Pearly. You know why? Because training is a battle of endurance. Okay, Mystic Maya. I'll eat lots and lots of food tonight.
You know, there's one thing I don't get, and probably don't want to know too, but... What is it, Nick? Reservations for training is fine and all. But why for 3? Phoenix! 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 The thing is, yeah, Apollo Justice is next, right? And... That's a 7-year skip, right? So what the hell happens?
Come on, what do you think? You're one of us, Nick. Next time you can train right alongside us.
No? Huh?
I'll be waiting for you. Mr. Bikini will take special care of you.
What? Huh? Huh?
It'll be great, Nick. We're going to do the special course. Naturally.
Huh? What?
That's a great idea. After all, Mr. Nick, you'd do anything, Mystic Maya, wouldn't you? Even walk on hot coals, right?
He did walk on a burning bridge.
We'll have a nice big meal before we come next time, right, Nick?
Objection, here it comes. You know, I was wondering if I can just say one little thing.
Sure, of course you can. Oh, I love this part. I can't wait to hear it. I'm getting goosebumps too.
Well then, here goes nothing. We're gonna say objection. There it is. Oh, I don't have to say it this time. Okay. That doesn't mean she's not gonna overrule his objection. Jesus Christ.
I'll really have to work extra hard, Pinks. Master Corinne and the co-manager of Wright & Co. offices, and I have to be a good big sister to Pearlie and Nick, too.
What?
Well, as long as I'm not locked up or captured or something like that.
Yeah, it happens a lot. A lot. Oh, Edgeworth's games happened during the 7-year skip?
That was true. Mr. Nick really is Mystic Miles Knight Shining Armor. He went through the special course all the way to the end. Actually, I heard there's a legendary extra ultra course there too. I think I'll surprise the two of them by making them a special reservation.
Oh god. Is this Phoenix going like, no. No, Phoenix did it though. Oh, new coat. Maggie bought me a brand new coat as a present, pal. I feel 10 years younger. I'll never take it off.
Yes, but somehow you just don't seem the same. I guess a dirty, shabby old overcoat is just more detective-like, sir.
Don't worry about it. In the name of love, a man will soil himself silly. Ew. I had to do Maggie Bird real quick. Oh, Jesus. Oh, God, what was Samus's voice?
Mr. Wright, I am once again in your debt. Thanks to you, the Treasures of Corinne exhibit was a great success. I even got to see Miss Von Karma, who I hadn't seen for a year, who taught me how to use a whip and said that I must show you what I've learned.
Oh, God. I just caught that. Also, Zero Suit Samus uses a whip, so there you go. She's totally Samus. There's no way she's not Samus.
Yes, and I started a company called Master Mass Consulting. We're dedicated to stopping the evil plans of our criminal city. Our motto is cut it up, please. Pretty cute, huh? Well, we also sell plans to the criminals as a kind of side business. I wonder if that's okay. Sometimes I think maybe we're the worst criminals.
Yes, you are! What? Oh, what was this voice?
Mr. Wright, I want to thank you for exterminating Don Tigre. I returned the $500,000 along with a tea set. Special thick tea, one I mixed with my own 2 hands. I bet he's drinking it now. Win through compromise. Hee hee hee. He.
So many voices. I'm sad Wolverine's not in the 3rd game, you know?
I'm just old and in the way. A wrinkly, grumpy, clown-nosed waste of my flesh. At least that's what I thought. But my grandkids had a birthday party for me the other day. Talk about embarrassing. 69 years old and I cried like a baby with a dirty diaper.
What? Japanese Popeye's the right name for sure. The lack of Wolverine, yeah.
As usual, we have an abundance of work to do. We've hired a new programmer to replace Glenelg. I do hope everyone will get along with his name is Adam Mata. As soon as I heard his name, I knew our brain circuits would align perfectly.
Adam Mata? Is that a just palindrome? Just like Glenelg, right? Yeah, okay, palindrome.
My. My reporters? Since the murder, we've made so much money I hardly know what to do. I think the magazines like us because I will provide such a nice visual, especially in spring. I can hardly wait for Iris to come back. Wow!
Iris is coming back? Yeah, she's not gonna go to jail forever for conspiracy, but when she comes back, love triangle, please. That'd be something. Iris,
you've turned into such a respectable man, Phoenix. It was so sweet of you and everyone else to come and visit me here the other day. Of course, I was happy that you constantly had your eyes on me, but I felt kind of bad when the little one slapped you so hard. You got a nosebleed.
Oh, Phoenix is still looking her way. Objection. Phoenix, right? Ben Groman Judd. That's been the objection voice the whole time? Edgeworth's voice. Sean King. Theon King. Xion? I don't know. Francesca? Oh no, Mia? Christina Catano. Why did I say Francesca? Francesca's the next one, probably. Or Godot. No, Godot. James C. Wilson. There's Francesca. Janet Shu. Oh, what's his name's gonna come up? What's his name? There it is. David Crislip. No, I would have believed if any of these people was John DiMaggio, because he does everything. Oh, Larry! Oh, yeah, it's Larry.
What? What's this? I'm back from a long and tiring vacation. No one is here to greet me. I guess while I was gone, my little whippersnapper buddy quit, and now I've got no one... what kind of lonely, crazy security room is this supposed to be anyway? What, with all the flashing lights and switches, I feel like some sort of space... Okay, and now, what am I going to do with all these macadamia nuts and bring them over to Edgy Poo? I really can't accept these. I'm afraid of something hard to... Oh, no, I'll never find a gentleman.
Oh, God. Anyone left? All that's left is, the killer. Dahlia. Oh, and Larry. I finally found something I love to do. Francesca's whip slash splash is gonna turn out the world at the arbor on his head. I should have realized it sooner. I'm an artist, a really good portrait artist. I'm not a loser at all. Was that a dig at artists right there? Oldbag's back, but not Wolverine? Come on! Oh, he drew this? The end. And there were no more Phoenix Wright games ever. Oh, hey! Even more. Even more art. I guess Godot's dead now? The deceased. Yeah, that was a jab at artist, wasn't it? I wonder how Jinxie's gonna feel about that one. Oh god, I'm dead. That was over 2 hours. That was 2 hours and 15 minutes. I assume we're gonna split that, or that's gonna be one big finale. Considering that is the end of the trilogy. Before, what is the next game? Now, let's just look up the next game real quick while we're here. Phoenix Wright timeline. Is a time travel fanfic? What the balls? Look at the timelines. Okay, let's see here. Oh, this is people's birthdays. I'm not looking for that. I'm not looking for that. I'm looking for the games. Wow, the game's going to 2028? What? Whoa, okay, so that's not what I'm looking for. Phoenix like game timeline. Game release timeline. Game release timeline. There you go. That probably would have been the smarter thing to do. Ace Attorney. Okay, so here we go. 1, 2, 3. Apollo Justice. Then it's Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth. Ace Attorney Investigations 2. Oh, the crossover's way later than I thought it was. Okay. Professor Layton versus Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. And then you've got the crossover with Sherlock Holmes, Spirit of Justice, and then the crossover with Sherlock Holmes 2, right? Those are the Sherlock Holmes crossovers, right? Yep. Which are not in America for reasons that don't make any sense. Why are they not in America? Why are they not in America? So real quick, I need to look at Layton. Professor Layton game timeline. Professor Layton game timeline. Apparently I was wrong about when these games released. Canonically, Edgeworth's games take place before Apollo Justice because they're in the timeline thing. It's along the time. Okay, well, we'll have to see what we do. So yeah. What did the game release? Okay, here we go. So, Curious Village, Pandora's Box, Unwound Lost Future, Last Spectre, Miracle Mask, Layton Brothers Mystery Room, and then it's the crossover. And that's Professor Layton and the Azran Legacy, and then nothing. And then it's the newest one with his daughter, right? His daughter's the newest game. Yeah, Cottrell and the Millionaire's Conspiracy, yeah. So, I thought we had 3 games each, and then the crossover. I was wrong. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 Layton games, then the crossover. And for Ace Attorney, it is 6 Ace Attorney games, and then the crossover. So I was halfway there. We have a long time before we do the crossover, everybody. So, we're gonna do Layton 3 next, and then we'll do FF8, and then we'll come back. I didn't know the crossover was on the 3DS. I thought the crossover was older. My mistake. Ooh, okay, so, alright, Layton 3, then we'll do FF8, then we'll come back for Apollo Justice. We'll come back to Apollo Justice in Layton 4, and then we'll do, like, maybe Chrono Trigger, and then, yeah, we'll see the crossover in, like, 3 years. And then we'll do the 5th game for each, and then we'll do something, and then we'll do the 6th game for each, and then we'll do something, and then we'll finally see the crossover. And then it's gonna be Dual Destinies, and whatever the 6th, the 7th, I think the 7th Layton game is Cottrell's game. Oh no, the next game is Azran Legacy. Then we'll do, I guess, Spirit of Justice, because we can't do the Sherlock Holmes games, and then we'll do Cottrell's game. So the Laytons and Phoenixes for some reason line up kind of well here. They're made from 2 different companies, aren't they? Yeah, like Layton is developed by Level 5, while these are developed by Capcom, and yet they do have crossover. I don't even know. I don't even know. What's funny is my introduction to all this is freaking Ghost Trick, which was amazing. Yeah, the next games will be released by the time we get to the newest games. Like, oh my god. But there you go. That is the LP for Phoenix Wright 3 for the trilogy. Oh my god, that is it. Oh my god. Next up is going to be Layton. Then it's going to be Final Fantasy VIII. So look forward to those things. So for now, that right there is the LP. Hope you had fun with the entire series. This was an amazing run. Oh my god. The Phoenix Wright games are amazing. I wonder how Apollo Justice will be. But for now, that right there is the game. I had fun from watching. That's what it's all about, isn't it? Having fun this come by. And see you next time. My throat is done. Woo!